Hi everybody, welcome back to Zesty Thoughts with your host Anabla. Welcome to episode 97. We are almost to episode 100, y'all. This is so exciting. I had the most relaxing week ever. I did a mini camping trip with two friends, one old friend, one new friend, and we had such a blast. We went up to this camping area near Wrightwood. If y'all are in LA and you know Wrightwood, there's a resort there, mountain high, for skiing and snowboarding and all that fun stuff. And this is down the road from it, basically. Jackson Lake. We stayed at a campground right across from it, and it was just beautiful. It was so peaceful. I saw a bald eagle in person for the first time ever. My entire life, I've literally never felt so American. I was in this moment, I felt it deep inside. We went swimming in the lake and just lounged and had the time of our lives. This lake is really cute. There's a barbecue area, kind of picnic table area near the parking lot in the front. But we went to the back. We wanted to have a little more secluded vibe, and we literally got our own little beach there and set up our chairs and all our stuff, brought our cooler, and just had the time of our lives. Right along the shore there were a ton, hundreds if not thousands of tadpoles. Oh my god, some of them were low-key almost growing their legs. They were so freaking cute. I love that so much. Literally frogs just flocked to me, basically, in all forms they flocked to me. So that was amazing. There were a lot of bluebirds, some hawks vibing, bald eagles, just so many beautiful animals around. The weather was literally chef's kiss, perfect. It was warm enough that at night it wasn't really cold in the tent, and then during the day it was hot, but there was a breeze, a constant breeze pretty much the whole time we were there. Literally could not have been better weather, so that was amazing. I posted a reel on IG and TikTok and everything, so if y'all want to see little clips from my little camping trip, go check it out. We made a campfire at night, and then also in the morning to make breakfast we did have to forage because we ran out of firewood from the night before. Foraged for wood. There were plenty of trees nearby with stuff that had fallen, so foraged for wood. We made hot dogs at night, and then in the morning for breakfast we were gonna make pancakes. I ended up just making a single pancake in the cast iron, but it was delicious. And yeah, we just vibed and meditated. I brought my book with me and read a little bit. I got this journal actually from one of my besties, Cami. She was on the pod prior. It's a cute little travel journal. It says everywhere you go on the front, and it says a guided travel journal for seeing, noticing, and capturing everything. And I feel bad because when I went to Portland and Santa Barbara, the last few times I've traveled, I forgot to bring this with. But I remembered this time, and I'm gonna keep it right here by the side of my bed and just make a mental note that anytime I go anywhere, this has to be in my packing list, basically, because I want to fill this baby up. It's so cute. Some of the prompts are really adorable. There's a cute little travel wish list in the beginning of the book where you can write down places you want to go, things you want to see. Each page has a little box at the top where you can put the date, the location, and then a little prompt. It says, even just thinking about travel changes things in many ways. The vacation begins when the planning begins. Mark your transition away from your daily life and into this trip. And then there are 4 questions. What are you feeling more of? What are you feeling less of? What are you thinking about? And what are you looking forward to? It was so nice. It was a little guided meditative journaling session on my trip. So that was also great. I just feel very refreshed. So it was really nice overall. It was great getting out into nature, taking a little break from my phone. It was great. There was no service, which is perfect. I'm great. I have no temptation that I have access to. I can step away, So that was also really great. I just had a fantastic time. So if you're looking for a camping / even a day trip spot to go and swim and vibe, there were also people paddleboarding, kayaking, things like that. There's no motorized boats allowed. You can also fish. They have fish there. So if you're looking for a day trip or even just a little one night weekend trip, which is what we did, I would recommend Jackson Lake. And there's a lot of campgrounds in the area. The one that we stayed at was Mountain Oak Campground. And yeah, Angeles National Forest. Definitely check it out. The address is 222, how many twos? 22223 Big Pines Highway. So honestly, I'd recommend that campground. Bathrooms were clean. There was a lot of shade, so perfect spot in the summer for if it is really hot. And all the campsites were very spread out, so you didn't feel like you were like on top of the site next to you, which was great. So highly recommend that. And peep my Instagram / TikTok / YouTube for a little clip of my trip, little recap. All right, y'all, on to the next segment of today's pod. I have some album reviews for y'all, too. One for one of my friends, and then one for the queen herself, Gracie Abrams. I listened to her new album, Daughter from Hell. So good. I also listened to her interview on podcast. Tell me why I didn't know that she was J.J. Abrams' daughter. Okay. That was how I found out she was a Nepo baby. I mean, like, I have no, like, hate towards Nepo babies. If they're talented, they're talented, and I'm not gonna, like, harp on that. I don't really give a shit where you came from. If you're good, you're good, right? That's firmly what I believe. There's privilege there, but I'm, like, not here to judge that. If you're fucking good, like, I can't hate. Straight up, she's talented. So, anyway, I listened to her most recent album. Highlights for me were Men Like You, Broke My Heart, and Muse. Like, what? This album just took so many feels, but those songs in particular, Muse, like, hit me. I was like, oh, okay, she really went there. So I highly recommend if you're trying to get in your feels, got a little angst going on, go listen to this album. It's great. I really love her writing style. I think she's super talented. So yeah, go vibe with that. Next up, my friend JayNote. He put out a new album. It is called If We Never Speak Again. Y'all. Y'all are not ready. Y'all, like, when I'm telling you, I have so many friends that are just like these slept on, not yet famous artists that like just one day I get so excited when I talk about my friends and how talented they are, and I just like can't wait to see them blossom and their careers blossom and then get notoriety and like recognition and like attention on the world stage. Like, it's literally about time. This is one of my friends that just makes like quality shit. It's just good hip hop. It's good rap. Like, there's no other way about it. He has a few like R&B kind of type tracks too that are really fun. I saved like basically the whole album. Standouts to me were No Peace, Pray to Allah, Ghost, Me Versus Me, Shut That Door, Love Again, and If We Never Speak Again. I love this album so much. It is like oozing confidence, but it's also like kind of vulnerable at the same time. So I really like it. It's very diverse. So if you're looking for a new rapper to obsess over, check out JayNote. I'll link obviously Gracie's and JayNote's album links in the description below. Hopefully one day we'll have him on the pod, interview him about his process and all of that, because he really is so great with words and has a great message, I think, across the board. He has really good vision when it comes to writing, and so one day JayNote hop on the pod for sure. That would be super cool. So yeah, check out those albums. All right, y'all, on to my thirst of the week. So I think I've spoken about iterations of this in the past, right? The whole snack plate, girl dinner type shit, okay? I have a current lineup for my girl breakfast. And then sometimes I do this as like girl lunch minus the eggs, right? So the current lineup for girl breakfast is 2 fried eggs. I fry them in Kerrygold salted butter because it's goated. And then I will put pink Himalayan salt, fresh ground black pepper, and a little drizzle of hot honey. Sometimes I'll do some balsamic glaze, but I've been like in a hot honey mood. Then 2 to 4 olives. I've been doing garlic stuffed recently, but I have some calamatas that I'm going to throw into the mix this week as well. I am not picky when it comes to olives. So, also pickled okra. I've been like in that phase, as you know, if you've listened to the last few episodes. Pickled okra is in the rotation currently. Cheese. Last week I had Havarti, which is like one of my favorite cheeses, but this week I got the Kerrygold 12-year reserve aged cheddar, which I freaking love. I love it. And like the longer it's aged, the less lactose it has, so it's not upsetting me, which is great. Fruit of choice. So this has been hopping around in season right now. It's obviously like stone fruit season, so I've been opting for plums, pluots, peaches, nectarines, all that. I had a peach today with my girl breakfast, but also because this is akin to like charcuterie vibes, I feel like grapes are like kind of always a necessity in that rotation. So grapes, I've been alternating between green and red, but the green I feel like have been hitting better recently, at least from the grocery store that I shop at. I feel like they've just been slapping. And yeah, so that's the rotation. Usually I will also add in like a trail mix aspect. This week I threw in some spicy dill pickle almonds that are delicious for some extra savoriness. I'm a savory girl, especially for breakfast. First thing in the morning, I don't really like anything sweet. I will put some monk fruit drops in my coffee, but like other than that, I'm not trying to have savory shit for breakfast. So that's the current rotation. And then every once in a while, if I'm feeling like it, I will throw in, there's this brand, I forget the name. They make almond flour crackers and they have like so many flavors. I got the tomato basil ones this last week when I went grocery shopping. And those with the Kerrygold white cheddar and like an olive, just like a little sandwich moment. I'm telling you, if you're a savory girl, get on this shit. So like I said, this is my breakfast fixation at the moment. But sometimes I will like just grab all those things, throw them in a Tupperware or like bags and bring them to work minus the fried eggs. And it'll be like a little charcuterie moment at work. That's the current vibe. All right, y'all. Last segment of today's pod, we are doing a musical artist stan tier list. I'm going to screen record, share it on the screen so y'all can follow along. Rihanna. Starting off strong. For sure stan. Okay. Love her. Shawn Mendes. I mean, the man is talented. He can sing, but I'm not like a huge fan. I'll say like. Cause yeah, I like his stuff. Is this Blackpink? I like can appreciate Blackpink, but I don't really listen to their music. So I don't want to say don't know. I'll just say neutral. DaBaby. Also neutral. Shakira. I like Shakira. I'm not like a huge fan, but I like her. Demi Lovato. I'm not a stan. I might have been in like middle school, but I'm definitely a fan. I like Pink, but I'm not like a fan. Justin Bieber, stan. I've been a stan. Oof. Nicki Minaj. I love her. Literally grew up on her. Had such a huge phase. Was a Nicki fan. Right now, I feel very conflicted. I will say fan. I can't deny that. Taylor Swift. You know what? I'm not a fan of her music, like pretty much at all, except for like a handful of her songs from like her first album. So I'm gonna go neutral because since then I just like can't vibe with her music personally. I just don't listen to it. I'm not a fan of it. All right, One Direction mans. I don't think I've ever listened to his music, so don't know. Zayn. Zayn, I'm a fan. I'm definitely not a stan for Zayn, but I do like some of his music. So that, Charlie XCX for sure stan. I literally saw her at the observatory in Orange County when I was like in high school. Y'all don't understand. I saw Maria and the Diamonds and Charlie XCX, so I've been a stan of Charlie XCX. Like, been, girl. Ooh, Ariana Grande, I think I'm also a stan. I love her. I look up to her so much as a vocalist. She's super talented. Okay. Childish Gambino. I'm a fan. I don't know if I don't know. I'm definitely not a stan. But I think I'm more than like, I just like this person. I would say a fan. Billie Eilish. I think I'm a stan. I love her. Same with Bruno Mars. I mean, they're that famous for a reason. They're just that good. Really, both of them are. Katy Perry. I'm a fan. Probably when I was in like middle school, I would say that I was a stan, but currently no. Cher. I'm a fan. I'm not a stan, but I like her and I appreciate her. Chloe and Halle, I've never listened to their music really. Christina Aguilera, I mean, I like her. I'm just not like a fan like that. Like, I don't like know all of her discography. The girl can fucking sing. Can't deny that, but I'm just not a fan like that. But I do like her. Doja Cat, I would say I'm a fan. Beyonce, stan, for sure. Olivia Rodrigo, I would say like. I like her music, but it's not like at that level. Lady Gaga, I'm a fan. That one's in between fan and stan. Stan, because I can't decide. I do like Lady Gaga. Jennifer Lopez, I appreciate the girl. I think she can fucking act, down. So if it came to her acting alone, I would say stan because she's an amazing actress. I've just like never gravitated toward her music, so I'm gonna say neutral. I just don't know. Like Mariah Carey's got to be like the number one stan, y'all. Dua Lipa, also neutral. She has some fun bops, but I don't really know much of her other stuff. Obviously, Whitney's a stan. Madonna. I'm gonna say fan for Madonna. Lana Del Rey. I don't really, like, I've listened to her, a lot of her music. It's just, like, not my vibe. But I don't think it's, like, bad objectively. I will say neutral on that. Jay-Z, same kind of thing. It's just, like, not my vibe. I'll say neutral, but I could see why people appreciate it. Ed Sheeran. I like Ed Sheeran, but I'm not the biggest fan. Adele, the girl can fucking sing. And I do like a lot of her music, so I will say fan. Okay, last 4 or 5 we're going with Camila Cabello. I will say neutral. I don't know. I like her, but don't know a lot of her stuff. Cardi B, I will say also neutral because I don't really know a lot of her stuff. Post Malone, dang, I might be a Post Malone stan. I like all of his music. Drake, I don't know. I'm not like a stan of Drake, but I might be though. Dang. Okay, last one, Lil Wayne. Definitely a fan. Old shit, you can't go wrong. Alright, y'all, that is going to wrap up today's episode. As a reminder, I'm releasing a song at the end of the month. August 28th is the release date. My track with Dion called The Valley. So please go follow my personal IG, ANNABLA.now on Instagram and on TikTok, and go subscribe on YouTube. I'll link everything below. I'll also link Dion's links. Peep our little previews that we put on socials. Thanks again, y'all, for listening and watching and supporting the pod. Please subscribe here on YouTube if you are watching. If you're an audio listener, please follow the podcast on whatever your preferred podcast platform is. Like, leave a review, leave a comment. The emoji of the week is going to be the bald eagle emoji. So drop that down below and keep a lookout for my new music. I hope that y'all have a wonderful week and enjoy the end of your summer. Fall is approaching. I love fall. It's one of my favorite seasons. I hope y'all have a wonderful week and a fun weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.